Hey,
Hey, what's up?
not much. We're just getting our stuff together. Um, but we have some, I guess, I just actually read your post, or the questions, and I guess we were going to try to get ourselves in the frame here. We're also going to record in a second, so. And let me get my cat to leave. Okay, so are we in the frame? I can't see that, but okay.
Yeah, you guys are both in the frame.
Okay, okay.
You are.
All right, so one of the things is we're going to try to keep the volume down on it. Hopefully it won't create an echo. We've had this, like a lot of technical issues, like making videos, and I actually wanted to get your advice on some of the technical aspects before we get into talking about the actual blog post for tomorrow.
Yeah.
One of the things I guess we wanted to try to do is, on our main blog, we have like important links, and there are like 5 things. It's like the Facebook page, the Facebook group, our Twitter feed, a subscribe button, and something else. And I actually took photos of some examples of stuff I wanted to do. Let me switch places. This computer. I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, let me pull up the email. I saw the 2 pictures. I was like, what the hell are
okay.
these?
I already sent them to you? Okay.
Yes, 2 pictures for you, and I was like, what the hell are these?
Okay. Okay. I sent them a little prematurely, I guess. The 2 pictures are basically 2 things that we want to add to the blog. The first one is a group of buttons in place of, the actual links on the top of the page. If you'll go to the blog itself, there's like a list of important links right across the top on the left. And it's like 5 links, but we want them to be buttons instead. And I don't know how to do that. I could probably find out, but I could probably use some help trying to figure that out. And the other thing, the other picture was from a video, a powerlifter, Dan. He's like,
yes, hot guy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. Right. No doubt. Yeah, I like his videos, like how they look. And one of the things I like about him is he's got these buttons at the end of his videos that will, click to subscribe or click to go to his blog.
Or the next video.
Or hit the next video. There's lots of little things like that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. But I know I want to. I should probably ask him, and I probably will at some point, interview him and, do something.
Well, if I remember correctly, with YouTube, there are some interesting little effects that you can do, like put the preview, like you can have a box that has the previous video playing like in the little box at the bottom, or you can tell it when to pop that in. You can actually do all that with YouTube. I can't remember off the top of my head how to do it. If it was right in front of me, I would know.
Okay.
But I guess that's going to kind of come into play with trying to figure out, where do you want me to post some of these videos? Because like the morning commute thing, it was fun. I like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if I could just talk about shit, that'd be great. Because okay, I can get some shit to talk about. But if I could just talk about shit, that'd be great. But do you want it posted on your YouTube channel or my YouTube channel? If so, do you want me to just make a MP4 and send it to you, and then you can do whatever you want? Or
I think that you could post it to your channel, and we can download it and post it to the blog. Because basically, it's not a problem for us to capture a video, just say like, well, this, it can be on both of our channels. I don't think that's a problem. And, like one of the things that we could do is, do reactions to videos that you have on your channel.
right.
Like, knowing that you're doing that, and, have other people respond and discuss, that kind of stuff. And,
Right, which I think would be pretty cool. So it's like I would just post it up on my YouTube, and then the link, you could always just pop the link into into the blog page.
Exactly. And then we could do response videos, or even maybe clip them together, put them together in a single video.
Right. Or if you guys want to do follow-up talk or something, I could get in on that.
Exactly. Exactly. Because, I think that's one of the things that we've been doing is just like just interviewing people about what they've written. And that works, but, actually, I don't know, James had some ideas. You wanted to do, like, oh, this is not my phone. I keep grabbing his phone. Yeah. What was it?
I'm talking about that playlist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing a music playlist. Like, make a tab and put, like, a music playlist of what we like. Each person got their own playlist about what music they like on the blog.
Yeah, because, one of the things I guess our page is about is, what people like in the media. And we do a lot of movies and television, but we also want to do music, and that would kind of round things out, for the most part. And we do, James found a playlist site that we can embed into some posts. Also, he liked one of the avatars you created on your blog. It was like a little, little guy who's like giving the finger.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of wanted to do some things like that for our contact page. Just some little cute things. I don't know, like something similar to that, or
Yeah, I did those from a site. Shit, I got the link somewhere.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll put up an email. I'll get together an email, and I'll email you the links to that site.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah, that would be cool.
If you need anything else, shit.
Yeah, I saw some other ones that were cute, which were like, like making a South Park character of yourself.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, so I thought that would be kind of cool too.
Like that one, I think it was like Anime Me or Manga Me or something like.
Right. Yeah, I thought we could do some things like that just for funs. I think there was another thing. I wanted to figure out how to do a post template. One of the things that comes up when we do a post, it says who it's by, and it does a link to our Google Plus profile. But I want to have a link to our Facebook profile, because I think that is where 90% of our traffic comes from, is Facebook, and the other 10% is Google, but it's not Google Plus; it's just Google searches.
Right.
That was another thing. We want to do more celebrity news, because it draws in traffic like nothing else does. The reason being is that people, when something is in the news, people search for it in Google,
right,
and because it's a blog, it tends to hit high up on Google research, search lists. So, like if you have a blog post with a celebrity name in it and something they're already looking for, they might click on it.
Right.
I did that by accident one time, and it was crazy. It was that, we just did a video about that dude in L.A. who was shooting people.
Oh, yeah.
And it got so many hits, like it was dumb. It was like, it wasn't even like, but it was just that it had his name in it, right?
Right.
And people were searching for it, and it came up. And,
oh no, this video. I think I sent it to you about the mom and the dude with no legs fighting.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video. I was like, but then I was thinking to myself, I got to do something on this. But I was like, what the hell is there to say? Jesus Christ!
That was funny as hell. Oh.
Yeah, there are no words really. It's just like, why are you? Yeah.
You're a man in a wheelchair.
Okay, you know what?
The funny thing is, I don't think that's a new video. Like, I swear I've seen it before. Although it's
probably have. Shit.
Yeah, it's not even new, but it's still fucking shocking to.
Yeah, because you're a man in a wheelchair with no legs. You need to be fighting nobody.
You tried. He tried.
Yeah, it was.
Tried nothing. That would have whooped his ass.
He had a good grip for a minute.
I know, right? It's like it was hilarious that he's gonna roll up on.
I was like, you gotta be kidding.
And you gonna get knocked out the chair.
Of course, eventually, yeah.
I was like, this just ain't right.
Yeah.
This ain't right.
Oh, and this is the funny part. The cop won't give back his chair till the police call. So
He's gonna sit there on the
yeah,
ground.
you ain't getting back in that chair till that police call. I'm like, yeah. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's messed up. But yeah, it was. He did roll up on her. That was crazy.
What about that? Did you get that other video about that? No, the lessons.
Which was the blowjob lessons.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah, I saw. Yeah. Even though I thought watching the video of I had found this video of this preacher who was an ex-stripper.
Oh wow.
So she preaches with her titties all out and stuff.
Really?
But the messed up part is if you close your eyes and you listen to her,
yeah,
she's talking good sense.
Right, yeah.
So you're like, wait a second. What? Is she really talking? She's talking good sense, but you're looking at her tits. You just can't stop.
It's the same. Like, we were just talking about this about Bobby Blake.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a pastor now or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are you serious? That's like, okay, you know.
I can't be in that
Jesus embraced the prostitute, you know?
Right.
I can't be in that congregation because I already know what's under robe. So
You're not thinking about
right, I ain't thinking about that.
communion.
Right.
You're like, you get down on your knees, you're like,
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. It is hilarious. I think I put a picture of him.
Right. I mean, I understand if you become a pastor, you did like one video and then one video pop up, that's fine. But you do like years and years of porn and now you become a pastor. No, that's not going to work.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like I would say about Christianity is that you know, they love a redemption story. You know, it's full. You know, not even Christians, but all faiths will have like, oh yeah, I'd sold drugs, killed people, murdered, and now saved by Jesus. But the point I would say is,
Jesus, oh my God.
Of course. I mean, that's what, Jesus saved me. That's what it is. I mean, I'm trying not to be too.
How you say that? He's doing it, and he's still doing the same thing. That don't make sense, though.
Well, he's not doing porn anymore, is he?
He don't.
I mean,
he's
still who he is.
Going out
obviously.
ass naked.
I know. It is. Of course, what it is.
How you gonna explain that when you see him ass naked at a club somewhere? Wait, there's my pastor.
Well, he's wearing a cross now, though. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna say it was taken by the Spirit, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, the thing I loved, I did a post on Tumblr, and it was like a guy dressed up as Batman, and Bobby Blake dressed up as a preacher, and I said, which costume is more scary? Because I said, this is a funny costume. This is not for real, is it?
Yeah, it's for real.
Bobby Blake dressed as a preacher, like, oh God.
Oh, and Flake Dion gonna do the same thing.
But yeah, okay, so
every porn star can't be a pastor.
Yeah, they can. That's
do me a favor. Send me a link to the part. To the login for the blog where you actually see your layout.
Okay.
So that way I could check it out for, what's going on with those blocks. How to embed them.
That's another thing. We were thinking about changing you to administrator.
Right.
So you can see the whole
because
thing then.
Right now you're as an author.
Right.
And so the only thing that's available right now is adding posts.
Right.
But yeah, if you want to because I do want your help adding, changing the template or backgrounds and stuff. We're not planning on doing a lot of it, but anything that's like an improvement, like I said, like adding buttons instead of links.
Right. Well, yeah, add me as an administrator so I could take a look at it.
Okay. All right.
Because it's like, I'm sure it's there, and I'm sure it's once I look at it, I'll probably be like, oh, that's how I do it.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. I'm on the other computer now. Let me see how to save it. Okay. How do I save it? Okay. Did I make it? I mean, you just refresh it. See what it does.
The weird weather.
Oh yeah.
I can be hot and the wind be cold at the same time. That's
okay. All right. I think basically you can just use the website itself to get to the blog. Just go to MaleMediaMind.com. And
right. It's like if after you make me an administrator, all these extra options show up. It's
right.
like I'll see that.
And if you go in the upper left-hand corner, hit the little blogger symbol, and it'll take you right to.
Yep, I see it. I'm here. Pages, comments. All right.
So, yeah, you'll be able to see the traffic or things, and edit things.
Oh yeah, 175 page views.
Yeah, Greg's post is kind of popular, which he talked about, being Catholic or whatever, and we added a video to that just a little while ago. I'm gonna probably make it a featured video on our page, but I should go ahead and do that. But I guess we wanted. Yeah, let me bring up your draft, and we can talk a little bit about that because I want to add a video to that, and we're gonna publish it tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
All right, so
I kind of figured.
So yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about where the questions came from. They actually, I should put it in the post, but I don't feel like it right now. It came from this book called Snoop, and the book, that's another thing I forgot I was going to say that I think basically one of the things that we're kind of trying to be, while we're having plenty of discussions about porn and hot dudes and celebrities and stuff, we also kind of want to be nerdy and intellectual and stuff. And part of that, is I'm going to be sending everyone one book a week, like an audio book. And usually I'm going to review the books. So I just want all of the contributors, I'm not asking everyone to read them, but if you're interested in reading them, they'll be available to you. And so I'm thinking I'm going to probably put Snoop on that list of books eventually. But I guess this week I sent out, or yesterday I sent out this book about Scientology. It was called Beyond Belief, and it was this. Oh
yeah, please talk about that. That's
hilarious. I will. It's this girl, Jenna Hill, and she was raised in Scientology. Her parents were Scientologists, and her grandparents were Scientologists, third generation, and that's all she knew. And it was some crazy shit. Just saying, at first it's just weirdness because they have a whole other language. It is a cult. I mean, let's maybe be clear about that. Well, yeah, if you didn't know, it is. A lot of people didn't know. I wasn't really up on it. The funny thing is, of course, is one of my favorite celebrities who I wasn't even aware was involved in it, which was what you call it, Ving Rhames.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I know exactly. I was kind of shocked by that. But the thing is, once you start to understand why and how that works, is because their grip on celebrities in California is real. Not everything that they do is called Scientology. They go by different names, and so they have just celebrity centers and acting groups or whatever.
Right.
And part of the sort of Scientology things is understanding language and things like that. So they have these camps for actors who are trying to improve their career, and I think he was involved in it from a very long time ago. And it doesn't mean that this is the thing about that though. The celebrities and what they get is way different than what the average person gets.
Right.
And there's so he's not brainwashed or anything, but he is kind of a tool for spreading their message and shit. And I'm like, that's fucked up because I just did an article about him.
Well, you got to consider even Christianity was called a cult at one point in time, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so who knows?
It is what it is. It's what the
this one might take over. You never know.
Yeah, what you call it is, a judgment of what it is, right? But it also is just what it is, what they are doing. And so this book, Beyond Belief, talks about what they're doing with some of their more average, devotees, and
basically the main members.
Mm-hmm.
The main members. Scientology.
Right. It is, at the very least, like a very.
Oh, you need something good. Some good. Best part about the girl.
Oh yeah. Well, this is the other thing. Of course, like when she started leaving, people just started disappearing. They just started disappearing people. Like, where'd they go?
Like
she erase people.
It's like erase. Because this is one of the things they did. It's like, okay, they had all these camps in different places, and they don't tell the members where the other camps are.
Of course not.
And this is like all secretive. And in fact, like they have like 8 levels of, whatever, Thetan level 8. It's like they had this own language.
It's so cold.
It's so
damn cold.
It is a cold. But yeah, she was Thetan level 2, and you can't know who's in level 3 and 4 or whatever. And so, so if they move you from level 2 to 3, you won't even know where they went. And they separate them. So, like, if they move to another camp and say, oh, well, he's gone. He's level 3 now. But the truth is, he might be, dead. They might have just erased his ass. I have no idea where they are. And it's just creepy as fuck. I mean, like,
oh no, the girl that writing the book though.
Yeah,
like people were trying to kill her.
Yeah, well, the only reason I think that she even managed to write this book is that she's the niece of the head of Scientology. Like, whoever took over from L. Ron Hubbard,
right?
She's his niece. So they're not going to erase her. So that is what's fucked up.
And she telling everything.
She's telling everything. It is awful. Like all the shit on her uncle and all that shit. So
I don't rightly know that I could even. I mean, how do you even justify being involved in that shit? Tom Cruise is in it. Enough said.
Yeah, I know, right?
I can tell it was a code already. Oh, I was on Scientology. I got a red string. What the fuck? Like, really? People walk around with red strings on their finger and think they're so important. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a damn cult.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Mormons have magical underwear.
They do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a great book. So I'm sending that to everyone. I send a lot of stuff through Google Drive.
Oh yeah.
So it should come up in your email. It's probably a pretty large file, and you can add it to any. Like iPod or any audio player, and it should play like a regular audio book.
Oh, okay.
And that's the next one. I think I'm gonna do. Yeah, basically one book.
Why am I not surprised by that picture?
Oh, the guy with the chains. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had a little avatar before, but anyway. So yeah, I don't know if I had many questions about your post. Like, did you have any?
No, the only thing that shocked me was the embarrassment moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That had me rolling for a minute.
Yeah, it did. Me too. But yeah, it was funny. Just like
I say, everybody got caught by their parents.
Yeah,
I know with something like that. I mean,
yeah, because I think we had this funny. We were watching some videos. We put this other. We're going to do this other video about masturbation. Or what was funny was, I remember in school, this guy who wanted to be like the big man on campus, whatever. And he would always just say, I'll never masturbate.
I don't do that. So
yeah. It's like, the only time I'm coming is inside a woman's pussy. I remember your response was great. It's like, well, you must have a pussy on your leg or something.
All right. That's exactly what my response would be. I said, you must have a pussy, because if you ain't jacking off, you doing something else.
I know, right? Like, so you are the weirdo. It is absolutely fucking adorable.
I mean, that's just for y'all. Why you gonna lie like that?
Exactly.
Everybody does it.
Yeah. Just
say it and move on.
Yeah, it's like saying I don't jack off is like saying I don't pee or shit. It's like, that's gross. I don't take shits.
And then people say it so high and mighty. I don't do that.
Right. Whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It is funny. Like, yeah.
I was saying, if you ain't got a girlfriend or a boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't looking at porn, what the hell are you doing?
They're wasting their lives. What are they doing?
Right.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it's just normal. But yeah, it was great, and I liked the questions. The book Snoop was about, and I don't know, I should have tell you, like, have you ever heard of the Myers-Briggs personality test?
Yeah.
Okay, like the questions are actually like a loose form of the Myers-Briggs personality test. So if later on we decide to do that, the questions kind of go into that about all the questions span that the big four, what they call it, I can't remember what they are of personality, extroversion, introversion, perceiving, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't remember. I don't remember what they are, but yeah, they are tailored to that. And you can judge them on a looser scale. A lot of times when they do the Myers-Briggs personality test, they have you like take a 1 through 7 scale, and they ask you 1 through 7. Does this more likely, less likely, or whatever? These are like free, open questions that a person can later then determine from that. I remember one of them being like, would you sing in public? Like that is, that is an obvious sign of extroversion. If you can, like you said, you like karaoke. Like, yeah, someone who's introverted does not like karaoke.
No, they don't.
It's like,
but I don't know. I mean, like, a lot of people are two different sides. You know.
Yeah, and but it's just an example. And the thing is about what they talked about in the book is that, of course, there's an entire industry based on personality tests and
job interviews.
And job interviews and that kind of stuff, yeah. Like trying to, basically shrink people from a distance, or, one of the things they had was, going to someone's house and like looking at the things around and trying to figure out someone's personality from their physical surroundings, which is kind of crazy. But it's interesting. I like the book.
But what happened there? Order.
Oh, well, that's part of it.
Like, that is one hell of a major personality flaw.
Yeah.
I saw it. That showed this.
Yeah. That, what's funny? We were kind of joking about it. Corey, who's on the blog, he is kind of a hoarder. He just moved, and he only hoards one thing, which was books. He had something like 3,000 books. It was retarded. Like, we're talking 24 boxes of books. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you need to get rid of these.
I'd rather have that as a person to hoard.
Yeah.
Than what I see on
TV and shit.
Yeah. And
he's got dead cats and shit in the house.
Yeah.
How do you not know you have dead cats in your house? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's awful. Okay.
Not me. It's like,
that where mittens went. Okay.
Okay, no, that's not that bad. The only thing is, like, his was getting to the point where it could be dangerous. Like, if he grabbed the wrong book, he could have been buried under these books.
Oh my God.
This is how many books it was. It was like, maybe the back wall, all of the, just books all the way over. And, like, 2 shelves and 2 other rooms just filled with books. Like, yeah.
So if he wanted me to read a mystery, he didn't die.
The mystery
that'll be his last mystery, right?
The mystery would be where is his body. But no,
that's a problem.
Right.
He did get rid of him. I mean, by necessity, but I'm sure it will begin again. I was like, okay, you need to switch to digital. You need to get a Kindle.
Right away.
And he said he did. He got a Nook or something. Yeah, I was like, yes.
He can hoard all the books he wants on one of those things.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to die from your passion of reading. But yeah, he's like one of those people who reads 2 or 3 books a week. So.
No, Jesus, I can't. I don't have the time for that shit.
Yeah.
I got time for that.
I can barely read a pamphlet, let alone 3 books a week.
I admit, like, he turned me on to this this book series called Leonard and Hap, Hap and Leonard books. And it's like these country boys, and one's white, one's black. I think Leonard's black, Hap is white. And Leonard happens to be gay. Like, I didn't expect that. I was like, he was like, oh yeah, you saw that? Yeah, he's this. Yeah, it is funny. to the extreme. But and not only that, these books are kind of old. So I think they were written back in the 70s and early 80s. So they're kind of I don't know. It's weird. Let's just put it that way. It's interesting. I just read the first one. It's called Savage Season, and yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know.
Right.
But I almost read the book in like 2 days because it was that good. Now, if it's a really good book, yeah, I might get lost in it and forget where I am and just go.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I stopped myself
You're
after
the
I
reason why
finished.
traffic's all backed up.
I'll stop after one though. I'm not gonna just go chain reading. Like, there's the thing. These Happen Leonard books have like 12.
Right.
You know, there are 12 of them, so I could just go.
Yeah, but it sort of reminded me like when the Harry Potter craze came out, and people were reading these. I mean, people were actually going through these Harry Potter books like a week.
Have you tried reading one of those?
I tried one.
Oh, it's horrible.
And that was the last one I ever read. Okay, every time they got thicker and thicker. I'm like, okay, 500 pages, that's too much.
Oh, no, I read fucking Game of Thrones. It was like 1,200 pages. It was absolutely wonderful. Now, let me tell you, if it's a good book, you want even more.
Was this one book or a series?
It's one book.
Okay, that's the difference. These were series of books.
Well, yeah, no, there are 5 Game of Thrones books.
Right.
But, you know, the show is, each season is one book.
Right.
And so honestly, I didn't go any further because I said I'm going to fucking drown in this story because it's just too much. But, it's fucking brilliant, one. But, you know, that aside, it was like, 1,200 pages is retarded. Like, they get into like, it is a great book though. I have to say, like,
yeah, I'm more of a
just watch the show. Yeah, I tell people the show is the book. You can watch the show and be okay.
I'm more of a manga reader.
Yeah,
I can go through that in a day.
Yeah,
I'm manga or comic reader. I'm more like that.
But I would totally recommend that. By the way, Game of Thrones is coming out at the end of this month. Like, if you haven't seen that show, it's brilliant, man. I'm telling you, like, it's it's like. And
I think the only really big book I went to was Battle Royale.
Yeah.
With,
I barely even game anymore.
Like,
yeah, I think the last time I read anything was, when I was on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I didn't get to, and even though we'd spent most of the time sitting down doing nothing, I barely got to read.
Right. Well, that's the best thing, is doing nothing, man.
Well, because you're sitting there, you're doing absolutely nothing. You start to read, and then all of a sudden the conversation starts.
Right,
and
yeah.
Well,
now you're going to start talking. Now I got a book up.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time, too.
But I said, doing nothing to an extent is good. Because after a while, you just go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, after 2 weeks, I was kind of ready. I was like, I might not like my job, but at least it gives me something to do during the day.
Just think about
I'm looking forward to having something to do during the day. And now here it is. I've gone through my first week back. Fuck this job.
Right. It just takes you back to school when you had to go on for summer vacation. When you first got for summer vacation, I'm gonna do all this crap.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do all this and this, and you do all that in a week, and the rest of the summer you bored as hell. Like, please let me go back to school.
It's so true.
Oh, it took you a week?
Like 3 days?
No, that's everybody's expectation of summer. They're gonna do all these things. Do this, go vacation, go do whatever, and after like a couple of weeks, and it's all done, and you still have a month left of summer to go.
Yeah.
You're like, please let me go back to school.
It's like, I hate school, but at least it was something to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I may hate my job, but at least I'm doing something.
Right.
I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, because, just like looking at TV, summer vacation, you catch up, but after a while you look at the same shit over and over
again. You're just like, Jesus Christ. And, all right, let me go do something. Let me go commit a murder or something.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I played all my games, watched all the TV I can.
Yeah.
And after a while, you did get tired of sleeping. You like, God.
But yeah, I was thinking. I guess one of the things I wanted to also discuss is the Facebook page. I want to start suggesting people to like the page. You know, like they have the invite. I think all of us are administrators on the page.
Yeah, I noticed.
So we can invite as many people as you want. I see the page as being something that's going to attract people a little more than the Facebook group. I think the advantage of the group is that we can use nudity on the group.
Yeah.
So you can keep that in mind. But someone did post some nude pics on there. I was like, okay, yeah. But on the page itself,
I'll keep that in mind for the next time I'm thinking about advertising. You know.
Right. I mean,
here, guys, check out the blog. You'll see this.
Yeah. Well, I think I will because we can advertise things on the Tumblr. And I think we should be doing that.
And dude, we're doing I sent him a post, a thing from the Google Drive called Zeus Maximus.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were gonna do something on him, and that's the other thing we're gonna do is try to do some interviews of people. I mean, it might be a little presumptuous to see if they'll talk to us, but
hey, you never know.
Yeah, everyone's got Skype.
The truth is. Well, when I first hit you up, I didn't know you gonna contact me back. I just then took a chance with that. Yeah. So
you never know. Yeah,
right.
Who knows? His name is Keith Williams.
Yeah.
Other AKA Zeus Maximus.
Right.
Hey, you wanna? We'll totally. I guess our first thing should be like we're gonna help you promote your work. You know, whatever it is, we're not gonna be like hating on you.
Like I say, he's not a porn star. He's like a model. Like he modeled. I guess you call it.
Yeah, I don't know. I call it porn.
Nude model.
I was like, if people are jacking off to it, it's porn. It's just the difference being it's hardcore or softcore. I'm sorry, it's porn.
Well, not intercourse kind of.
Not intercourse. No.
I mean, he just.
I'm
naked.
saying, well, that's porn. I mean,
yeah, I understand that.
It's just not hardcore.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
It's softcore. Yeah, but. The thing is, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. And that's the thing. I think I wanted to do a post about that and why we have porn on our site is that, it is a weird hypocrisy of our culture that we deny porn. Okay, the biggest thing I remember hearing about it was, I think I listened to this podcast, the Dan Savage podcast. He had this person on about this teacher who used to do porn and how she got fired, when they found it. Now, here's the thing. There is this thing called Google search. That is getting way more powerful every day. And one of the things that is going to happen is face recognition. It's happening. And not only face recognition, but just straight up image recognition. Like any image, anywhere.
You can already do that. You know that, right?
Yeah. Right. It's just going to get more powerful. Like it's in beta right now.
Yeah, it's just going to get more detailed.
Exactly.
Like you can zoom in on a person's tattoo.
I know, exactly.
Go to
every picture of that tattoo everywhere. Or even just like a patch of someone's skin.
Right.
Like analyzing the pores of someone's skin. And every video that has that patch of skin in it is going to come up. But so, no one's going to be able to hide it. This is the funny thing. Of course, when that happens, especially considering like we have a generation of people who are overexposed on Facebook and Twitter.
Right.
Yeah.
No one's going to be employable by the standards that we have now.
I'm surprised we're employable now.
Exactly. Because everyone's got some X2 videos out there. Everyone likes to show their junk. And just from the patch of your skin, from your navel, they're going to be able to see every jack-off video you ever did.
I'm sitting there looking at X2. I said, they must have a steady job, because they be doing some nasty.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you're not even going to have to use your face. They're going to have like a little patch of skin from your stomach, and they're going to be able to tell who that is.
Oh, that's your coworker, Eric.
And everyone's going to know everywhere.
Right.
Until that day comes, though, we're all hypocrites, because what happens is, of course, lady gets fired for her job, and and the guy goes home and jacks off to porn. Like, really? You know, you're talking about how evil porn is, and of course you got like 20 gigs of it on your hard drive, on your phone.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, well, how did you know that's what she did?
Right, thank you.
What were
how
you
looked her up?
Yeah. Yeah.
He looked her up all right.
I stared at that picture for 20 minutes just to make sure it was her.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, they come up with the picture and it's sticky. So yeah, that picture is not very clean.
I mean, everybody does it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's at least dudes. I remember one of those things they did was a study, or they tried to do a study on the effects of porn on the male brain, and they could not get a sufficient control group because there wasn't a statistically large enough group of men who did not watch porn for them to study it.
Because it doesn't exist.
It doesn't. Now, it does exist in small numbers, obviously, but it's not statistically significant enough, which is to say...
No, exactly. It's like it may as well be invisible.
Right, exactly. Those 1 or 2 people, you're outliers.
Like that 1% out of 99.
Yeah, it's not even a full percent. Yeah, it's not even like... I forget what it has to be. I think it has to be over 2% or something like that for it to actually, you know, be outside the margin of error or whatever when you do a statistical sample.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, like when it's 0.1% of the population that doesn't, you know, it's like, I mean, you got freaking people down in the Amazon drawing pictures of titties.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
exactly. Any new medium that exists will eventually was almost instantaneously used to transmit sexual.
Exactly.
It's why we exist.
Like if we didn't have if we didn't have porn, we just gonna be exploring all kind of crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be, like, most people don't explore it because they watch it.
Yeah,
they rather see it. But if we didn't have that, we'd be exploring all kind of crazy.
It's why we are talking right now. Is that our ancestors were horn dogs? Of
course,
because they like to fuck.
Right.
That's why we are here. Let's get it clear. That's why we're a successful species.
Right.
We're horn dogs. I mean, come on.
Oh, sex is so nasty. Well, how you think you got here?
Well, Americans are promiscuous Puritans.
Yeah, exactly.
They fuck everything that moves, but shh, don't say shit.
Don't say that.
It's like, what do you mean don't say it? I just saw you doing it on the street.
Exactly.
But I was still a lady. Like, bitch, move your ass on.
Yeah, that whole thing, lady in the streets, the freak in the sheets, that is dumb. Why don't you just be a freak?
Everywhere.
Exactly.
Well, because then we call them hoes.
Exactly.
And then they get all mad and shit. And then next thing you know, straight people are mad at us for calling their women hoes because their women stopped giving out pussy. So we might as well just let them go. Let them have it.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. They call her freak, but they having their wives doing them in the ass. Like, what? Oh, really?
Wait, she got a hole in the front that you ain't got to clean out. What are you doing?
Right.
And you know they don't know nothing about that shit, so it's just nasty. Oh man, y'all make me go there. See,
it's okay. I think I sent you one book that I don't expect anyone to read it because it's like 16 hours audio. But it's the one, Say Everything. That's the name of it. And it's about the history of blogging. Yeah, can you get rid of that? Yeah, cancel. I'm having some error messages on my... something about Yahoo, which I haven't used, and... Yahoo is so dead. But it's funny, I still know people from Yahoo back in the day. But anyway, Yahoo.
I don't feel bad. My partner uses Hotmail.
Oh, wow.
Right.
And he
I use AOL. It's like, it's still AOL?
I know, right? AOL was like in 2000.
How do you
I
find
can't
AOL?
believe there's still people with AOL addresses. Every now and then, and like, someone is like, oh, you can always hit me up at coochierock@AOL.com. I'm like, at what.com, man?
Right. AOL still exists. How you get AOL?
I'm like, are you talking to me from a time machine in the past? What the hell are you
It's
talking
like No, are you gonna pull out a pager in a second? Page me.
Go pull out one of the pages with the words on it too. Those little big wide ones and shit.
Yeah, no, right?
I want them 90 cell phones. Like, hello.
Just like, that cell phone's as big as your damn forearm. What are you doing?
That was a weapon.
Climbing up the damn beanstalk, stealing giant cell phones. What's wrong with you?
Like it's a you can make a phone call and whoop somebody's ass with
it. With the antenna.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. But
you're talking that 16-hour book.
Oh right. Oh, say everything. Yeah, they go into the history of blogging. It goes actually back to, they start off talking about like 9/11 and like how people were blogging about it, as it was happening, even though, mainstream media didn't really have much to say, because it was just like all these weird random blogs started saying, oh my God, there's a plane, hitting the building, and or people talking about their own experiences as they're trying to flee the building. Of course, this was like pre-Facebook, pre-Twitter, So, because Twitter and Facebook are kind of like blogs in themselves, They really are. And they've sort of incorporated the idea. But it's interesting. One of the first blogs that came into existence was heavily pornographic.
Really?
Well, yeah. And pornographic and, countercultural, saying like, promoting, say, drug use, LSD, weed, whatever. And the thing was, like, of course, it was highly popular. It was highly, it was segmented because the only people who were getting online at this point were incredible nerds. Like there weren't even web browsers at this time. So these were like listservs where you had to download the files. That kind of thing.
And chatters.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was just getting ready to yell at my partner. Hey. Do me a favor, make dinner. But I didn't realize, so I was like, oh, let me ask first. But now you guys know what I was going to say, so.
We're editing this heavily, so don't worry. We have like a 15...
Hey, hon, are you making dinner? Yeah. Ooh, you got booze. Make me a drink, please, please. Thanks.
Yeah, we're only going to use 15 minutes, so yeah. That's another thing. We got pinged by YouTube for putting, I think the first thing was that Johnny Jackson video we had.
And now, mind you, there was no frontal at all. Now, all the this the thing though. They, you saw what's the movie Baby Boy? You seen the movie Baby Boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody had a scene of the sex scene of Ving Rhames and chick.
Yeah, the nigga bunny hop.
They had that up, but then we couldn't put our shit up. I'm like, come on, you really serious? And that was more sexual than what we put up.
He's fucking bunny hopping this chick. Come on.
He's also this the nigga bunny hop. You don't know nothing about that,
right? I'm like,
oh my god.
Yeah, no.
I hate YouTube so wrong.
Yeah, so we actually moved a lot of our stuff to Gorilla Vid, which they don't really care apparently. And we can put it right into the blog, even though they don't have the social media aspect. Like no one's gonna, log into Gorilla Vid looking for videos, but they can come to our blog and see it. And it's a little annoying because they have like pop-up ads and stuff when you click on it, but it's free and you can put an unlimited amount of video in HD. So
yeah, we found this site though. You can make your own tube site. Mm-hmm. Like what you said, we need to have.
Yeah, you have to have like your own domain and hosting service, but they will provide like all of the
ads,
all the framework
and shit like that, and then you just embed that code into your chat.
Right.
That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, there's some things. There's some things coming. Like right now we're using all the free stuff.
Right.
But I know like one day, especially when we get more viewers and stuff, and if we ever start doing advertising, we're gonna want to do our own.
Yeah, and there's another website you can make your own social network, which is awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think it's called Ing, Ning,
Oh, I know that. I know that website.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it before. I haven't really done anything with it. I haven't played with it or anything, but I definitely have seen it before.
I have. I made. It was like a long time ago. I made a social network. It was called. What was it? God, what was the name? I think it was called Nerd versus Anime or something like that. And yeah, it was decent. I think the only downside is if a person wanted to delete their account, you had to ask the administrator. You couldn't just straight delete it.
Yeah, that's kind of.
They probably fixed it now because, like I said, this been a while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what is this? Is this rum and coke? Wow, holy shit! All right.
Oh, don't worry. He know about
Wait a
that
second.
shit. No, he know about rum and coke.
I do the Malibu stuff though. I think.
Oh, hold on.
All right,
Yeah,
so I'm about to hand it to you, right?
Okay.
Here's what you do. Like, this is gonna make this a really cool video interview, right?
Okay.
Black Al.
Okay.
Hey, god damn! Look at that. Is there any left?
There is a little left. I need some juice to go with it though. This is mango flavor.
All right. So here's what you do. You got my questions pulled up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you go through if you just like maybe quickly glance at my response or something, toss me a question about it. Like, I'm sure because almost everything I wrote probably has a story.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of that guy, so it's like, I got my drink and I'm sitting here and tell you drunk.
That's a good idea because we want to do that. Focus more on this because we're just talking about anything. Okay, so let's just go through the questions. We ask what your full name.
Oh hell no! Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, take this. Damn phone. All right. So
Okay, so
I think that would probably be a good thing to do, and it'll probably make this really even more awesome.
Right.
Drunk stories.
Okay, that's good because that's what I said. Sometimes I need a drink sometimes to get loosened up, but whatever. I actually just get drowsy, but anyway. Okay, so the first question is, what's your full name, and do you have any nicknames? And you said your mother calls you Poindexter.
Yes, she does. That evil bitch. I love her to death. I do. I love my mother, but goddamn, all right, hold up.
That was so Revenge of the Nerds right there. Yeah, that was a name in Revenge of the Nerds.
That was the name of the guy from Revenge of the Frickin' Nerds.
See, I know my movie.
I was a bit of a nerd as a kid. But here's the fucked up part. She dressed me. She dressed me. I didn't dress me. So who dressed me looking like Poindexter? This woman does. And what did she do? Call me Poindexter. And of course, because I always had something smart to say, she was just like, oh, you Mr. Know-It-All. You just Mr. Poindexter. Yeah. To this very day. When I talk to this woman on Facebook or something, she's like, all right, baby, I gotta go. I will talk to you later. Love you, Poindexter. I'm like, you know what? All right.
So I take it you don't like that nickname.
She's the only one who could get away with calling me that.
Yeah. Nobody like that his name. Like calling somebody Urkel. Who want to be called Urkel for the rest of it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. I totally missed that reference. I'm glad you knew it. I was like, okay. The second one, let me see. The dinner party, which I thought was great.
You say if you could choose somebody alive or dead to talk to, who would you choose?
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! How did I pick? Hold on, let me pull my own shit up so I can.
Yeah. It has.
I don't remember who I picked.
You had Nikola Tesla. Malcolm X.
Oh yeah, Nikola Tesla. Come on. I mean, the man was a genius with electricity.
Right. Remember
he
that.
figured out how to give free electricity over the air.
Right.
Every person's house could be running on free ass electricity.
Right.
And but of course, mysteriously, all of his funding dried up.
Right.
Everybody pulled out because there was no money in giving away free electricity. I just want him to come here and tell me how the fuck he did it, so I can have free internet access. I'm done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I liked. He had Malcolm X, Caesar, Cleopatra, in a Babylonian whore.
Oh, come on. Okay. Malcolm X, by any means necessary.
Right.
When
Yeah.
it comes down to my participation or my feelings in politics, especially as it pertains to gay rights and everything else, I'm very act up. Sometimes I'm Martin Luther when I feel like this needs a soft hand, this needs a soft touch, but it's not that often. More times than not, I'm very Malcolm X. I'm very by any means necessary.
Right.
It's like you want to bash a gay, I'm a bash a straight. Like I get crazy.
Right.
So to have someone like him and have him probably set me straight, be like, look, it's not you can't go out there and bash a straight.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
But
I remember this. Oh, I was seeing a picture of this. He said, God made a rainbow so we can't walk to heaven. I thought that was so hilarious.
Yeah.
and it's think about it.
Mm.
Right.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And then we got Cleopatra. I mean, I just want to know what Alexander the Great was like in bed. Really. And if I had him at the dinner party, he's just going to lie to me.
Yeah.
But if I have Cleopatra at the dinner party, she's a girl. I'll tell her I'm a fag. She will tell me everything.
I can see that. Like, bitch.
Yeah, right. And then the Babylonian whore. I mean,
Yeah.
flavor. It's just flavor. You know that she's going to start some shit.
Yeah.
She's going to be scandalous. Somebody going to call her a hoe. Somebody going to get caught in the bathroom getting blown by her. It's just flavor for the party. I don't really need more than that.
So like Marilyn Monroe. Oh, excuse me. Did I say that? Sorry.
Marilyn Monroe was too damn smart.
Mm.
She was actually too smart.
Mm.
So she would see my game and not let it happen. That Babylonian whore,
Apparently,
she'll let it happen.
apparently not when you're going to sing Happy Birthday to a man and his wife standing right next to him.
No, that was her show. She had balls. Even though he was like, "Bitch, my wife is great.
Right, no, I said, what the fuck you doing?
My wife is here. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
That super secret man
Yeah.
to get her ass.
Okay, so the next one is, if you're making an important telephone call, would you rehearse it? And what do you think of people who do? You said you don't rehearse, and you said you probably screw it up anyway. And
It's true.
but you didn't answer the second part, which is like, what do you think of people who do? Like, if they
A lot of times, I think they're just a little. They're lacking in confidence somewhere. Now, I get it. There's a thing about being prepared, being able to make sure you've got the right answer to the question.
Right.
That's my dog you might be hearing. Making sure you got the right answer to the right question and everything else. But that doesn't show that you can think on your feet, really. And, when I'm somewhere, I like flying off the cuff. It allows me to think on my feet.
Right.
It's a little bit of a mental exercise. And, if I'm on the phone, it's even more because I hate being on the phone.
Yeah.
But if I'm on the phone, it's like, I give a better answer
Yeah.
if it's just something thrown at me.
It's
Now, other people, I don't know. I mean, some people, they're just hyper vigilant about being prepared, but that's a bit of an insecurity.
Mhm.
Like, they're afraid they're going to say something wrong, and it's like, no, fuck it, say something wrong. Just own it if it's wrong.
Exactly.
It sort of reminds me of school when, they say, don't read from your, like when you had to do a speech or reading your paper, they say, don't read from your paper. Like,
Right.
just talk about it. And some people can't do that. They have to read from the paper. Some people can talk about it all day long and not have a problem with it.
But yeah, I think that actually that question is about that sort of introvert, extrovert kind of thing about,
Right.
People who, I don't remember what level, whatever. But I don't even, that's the thing. I hate those tests, but the questions were so good because they do reveal, some of the more important aspects of a person's personality. But, being able to just, insecurity. I think that's where the word that comes to me. Because are you confident in yourself and your ability
Right.
to talk?
And I'll take it till I make it, so hey.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good question.
Number 4 was explaining in much detail what would be the perfect day for you. And yours was...
A warm 77 degrees, slightly cloudy. A Saturday, a long, windy mountain road with no one else in sight. Unlimited gas in your car. Right. Unlimited gas in your car. Project Adam. going 120 miles per hour, drifting corners back and forth all day.
Yeah, like
yes.
That. Yeah,
I am a bit of a car nut. My father is a mechanic. All my brothers are mechanics. I'm the black sheep of the family by being a computer mechanic as opposed to a car mechanic, but it's still
the same thing. Yeah, I see it.
Right, like, it's in my blood. That need for speed. My sister's the same way.
Okay,
that bitch, fuck her. But like she's crazy. But I mean, I run a car club, which is it's my butch point,
Okay.
Yeah, I run a car club, and we have a lot of fun. It's all about Mazdas, RX-8s and stuff like that. I drive an RX-8, and that's Project Adam.
Okay.
I got them as just a stock car, and the project is, all the upgrades that I'm doing to them. So really, yeah, for me, the perfect day is because when you get that kind of warm where it's just humid enough that your skin doesn't dry out, so you're not all ashy, and the sun is out, but there's just enough clouds so that way it's not in your face. We're looking at a road that's going straight into a mountain that then just curves and curves and curves, and just having a car that will hug that and be able to do that all day long. Have nobody fuck with you either. No cops, no slow ass old ladies driving Priuses,
Sunday drivers.
To me, that's a perfect day. I love it.
I'm saying, what you think, Michael? What's your perfect day?
That's the thing. I'm afraid to answer these questions myself. I'm a hypocrite. I'm
very simple. I am very simple. Like in my room, like the perfect show. If they had a marathon of my perfect show,
and hot wings,
like some good food, some good drinks.
Yeah,
ain't nobody else to fuck with.
It's like sitting up in my room.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
right? I mean, it can be snowing outside, whatever. You in your space. You in your space watching your favorite show, eating your favorite food, drinking your favorite drink, and just relaxing. That's my perfect day right now.
Okay, so number 5 was when was the last time you sang to yourself or to someone else, and would you ever sing to someone you love? And let's see, what did it say? Well, yeah, that's where I was saying that you like karaoke. I think the second one I don't think you answered, which was like, would you sing to someone you love? Like, what do you think about your own singing voice? Like,
I like it. I feel that I actually had a vocal trainer for a while.
Okay.
I used to sing for a cover band. We used to do a lot of alternative rock stuff, which was fun. And it's like, it's like I'm no stranger to the stage. So I have a good time. I get up there. I sing the songs I know I can sing note for note.
Right.
I don't get up there and do a damn song I don't know. That's just embarrassing.
So you mean you don't go in there and try to sing Mariah Carey and shit?
Yeah, none of that shit. There'll be no Whitney Houston trying to come out of my mouth. It just doesn't work.
People kill me.
And, I figure, when my partner's there, if I do bad, that's kind of a reflection on him, like, oh, God, you got up there and you're with him who can't sing worth a shit? Damn, dude, look at you.
Yeah.
So it's like when he's there, it's kind of like, well, I guess I am sort of singing for that too, right?
Yeah. So, because I thought like part of the question was like we have different standards for ourselves versus someone else. Like, some people might enjoy singing to themselves, but would never want to sing in public. Like they might, enjoy that.
Oh, you got some people like on American Idol that don't give a fuck. They just go out there. Damn well they can't sing.
Yeah,
I should have done American Idol when I was young enough to do it.
Yeah,
I should have done it, but I didn't do it. My ex-husband was like, "You should do it," and I was like, "No," and I didn't do it.
Yeah, they still got X Factor.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. There's still X Factor. I can go in and be any age.
America's Got Talent. Yeah, and I forgot The Voice. Yeah,
I can get on that shit and sing Pants on the Ground.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, some of these acts.
Yeah.
They're like, you ain't got no talent. What the hell you doing? And I think somebody said this is perfect. Like their parents been telling them all their lives, you're great. Perfect, you can do anything. Instead of telling them the truth, and they go on TV and embarrass the fuck out of themselves.
It's
And
so
he know
true.
it. He like, is that your son over there? Oh, I don't know him. No, I don't know him. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it is true. Like we
My
are.
nephew, he's special.
We do have this thing of was it self-esteem? Building exercises when it's just okay to be truthful. It's like
Yeah,
no,
it's okay to tell someone, you can't win all the damn time.
Yeah.
Right.
And not everybody deserves a trophy.
No.
Why did he get a trophy? Because he's the MVP. Why is he the MVP? Because he plays good. But why did he get a trophy?
Oh,
Man, you suck. That's why.
And now they got it now. Like, I don't know, not all, not every little league, but now they got it where everybody gets a trophy. Like, why are you giving everybody a trophy? They lost.
Yeah, they ain't teaching them shit.
Because everyone wants to
build an entitlement.
Yeah, they figure. Yeah, it's true.
But you just teaching them that even though they're gonna lose, they're gonna get something. That's not the case.
No, it's not.
Right. Like they're like life owes them something. I'm like, look, I don't owe you shit. And I'll tell somebody in a heartbeat, I don't know you a damn thing. You better back up.
It should go back in the day when the coach said, "You suck, get back." You suck. You need more practice.
You don't even get to start.
Right.
Yeah.
I just said, you suck. You need more practice, and they practice more. They know they need to practice more.
Right.
And you give them a trophy, like, oh, I don't need to practice. I'm gonna give a trophy anyway. You're like, okay, like, come on now.
Okay. So number 6, if you could live to 100 and retain either your mind or your body at 30 for the rest of your life, which would you choose? And you said you basically chose mine, but you had a funny thing to say. You're actually healthier now than you were at 30. So
yeah. Like I don't really think I'd want to be in my body at 30. If I was to maintain my body at 30, and that's what I was like stuck with for eternity, dude, I'd be a little pissed about that.
Yeah, I think I would too, actually. But.
It's like I was sporting like a size 40 something jean. It wasn't pretty. I'm much better now. Like if you could stick with now, even then I'd probably tell you, hell no, I still got work to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think I'd rather have my mind. I'd rather get to live to be 100 and at least not be crazy.
Right. That was the thing. I was waiting for someone to say body because I'm wondering what that person's like. What was said? I want to be, buff and hot and fucking stupid, drooling.
Yeah, it's like.
And you go to them and say, too damn late.
I know, but I'm hot. Yeah, but
yeah, that's somebody that stay in the mirror constantly, just look at themselves.
Yeah, no, that's kind of
pretty much exactly what that would be. It's like I could see where it's tempting. But it's like, really, you want to be stupid? Like, what if you look hot as fuck, but you got Alzheimer's? You just drooling on yourself and shit. That ain't hot.
Right. Yeah. Well, we talked about this too, didn't we? Talk about hot people.
Yeah.
Like, we build them up so much, they don't have to try no more. They can be dumb as hell. People are attracted.
Exactly. Like, when people are being superficial, you really don't have to try. You don't have to do much of anything when someone wants to be superficial.
Right.
And if you ever really want to see it, you go to a white bear bar where everyone will tell you, I'm not usually into black guys, but. And it's like, but what? But I just happen to be falling on your lucky day when you decide that I'm going to be your fetish for the evening? Like, what is this? Like, people don't even think to talk to you and say, oh, you know what? You're kind of a douchebag. No, I'm not going to have sex with you. Or, hey, you're kind of a great guy. Let me shake your hand by blowing you. Like, come on.
On the mouth handshake.
Hello.
Hello, exactly.
I mean,
you before you even get the "lo" out, it's
right.
We're going to have to talk about that one day. About some of these, because we were actually thinking about going to like a bear event or something. And honestly,
Lord, enjoy being the single specks of pepper in a sinkhole. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Well, I've been talking to some
people. Not many of us.
Oh, I remember. I can say, me and him on Growler, and I remember every time I go on Growler, all these Asian dudes just pop out of nowhere.
Wait. Where y'all at? Asian dudes like black guys? Where y'all at?
They like it.
Because where I'm at, Asian people only date white people. They will not even look at a black person. They'll know you're black.
Every time I see it, there's an Asian dude, 109 pounds.
Yeah, it's weird. There are these Asian fetishists who like black dudes.
Right.
I'm surprised by that because I don't know.
I'm not.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Well, like the only Asian people I get are like the Pan Asians. So you know, like I get them from the Philippines and shit like this. Like the strangest thing is, you know, ever since I've been on this adventure of finding out, 1 minute, hey, you're gonna die, and the next minute you're not. Is that as I make progress, the creepiest shit starts to happen. You get people that are like, all of a sudden they just message you, hey, you're hot, and I'm like, okay, great, thanks. And then they're like, hey, you got a boyfriend? I'm like, no. And then they're like, oh, well, I can't even talk to you anymore. I'm like,
I remember that happened to me once. You're like, I was saying, no, I have a boyfriend, but we can still be friends. Like, you're not my friend, click. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. I'm like,
right? It's like, all right, I guess you just miss out on all the great fuckery that is my Facebook.
No, I remember one. The weirdest thing I ever had on Facebook was, this is asked, it's like, are you a bottom? And I was like, no. So, okay, bye. Like, seriously?
What tells me is that what makes them think that they can ask these questions, or that they can just say this shit to you.
They don't say, hey, hello.
I know.
How you doing?
Right.
I was
Not
glad.
even hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Like wow, I've always wanted to get fucked by a black guy. Like, what? Go find one then. Get the hell out of my face. Get off Facebook.
No, this is funny shit. They don't even say nothing. They send pics. I'm like,
yeah. It's like, here's my tick.
Right.
It's like, you like that? No, okay.
Right, I'll be like, you like the Scorpion show? You say you watch Scorpion show, right?
Yes.
And he's like, some people on his Twitter, he's like, delete. Delete.
All the time. I'm all the time. I'll sit there and just be like, no.
Right.
No. Ooh, shit, he's cute. Oh, no. Hey, what did he say?
Right.
No.
Let's say some ignorant stuff. Like, do you think before you say something?
A lot of people don't. Like, they'll take it for granted that I'm a thug. And I'm like, all right, I'm big, I'm black, and I have tattoos. What the fuck? Like, what on my page says thug? Nothing on my page. You don't see stacks upon stacks, pictures and shit. You don't see hoes and bankrolls. What makes you think that I'm a thug? And they'll say shit like, oh, Lord, I've always wanted to be taken by a hardcore thug. I'm like...
Well, you can go down your neck. Well, you can go down to your street corner and find a thug everywhere. Street corner.
Yeah, I'm like, how about you meet me on the corner of Hawthorne in Newark, New Jersey? You go ahead, take your ass there. You'll find yourself a thug there because I'm sorry, I obey most rules and laws.
Yeah. Now, I can just remember having like a weird racist moment at the gym the other day, which is like I'm at the like in the locker room, and it's just some guy, like strangely chatty in the locker room while you're naked. It's like,
always one.
Yeah, it's always one of those. And then
always one.
And he's like, well, what were you doing? Were you weightlifting or playing basketball today? Like, assuming because I'm a black guy. I was like, no, I was doing cardio, actually. But
were you weightlifting or were you playing, shooting some hoops there?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you can't be doing anything else because you're a black dude.
I mean, you might well actually
like, you're using a Stairmaster. No way. Right? You're black.
Black guy on a Stairmaster. That's never going to happen.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
I remember this off Dave Chappelle. That he said, a woman said, everybody just say what they racially think. So I knew where I stood. And like Dave Chappelle said, if that actually happened, the world would be fucked up, okay? If we just said every racial thing that came to our mind.
Yeah, we need a filter.
You know what's fucked up? I pretty much do.
Oh, no, we don't say everything that comes to our mind.
But what's great about it is that people, I don't know how I get away with it. I can pull it off.
Yeah.
Nobody else can. I can totally pull it off. Oh, Lord, my dog. It's 7 o'clock. Did you let him out?
Okay.
Like one thing he said, he's like, the Chinese dude on the store. He said, "Walk around everybody thing, nigga." Really?
Okay, so number 7.
Yeah.
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? And would you want to know exactly how, when, and where you die? And you said you think that you'll die of natural causes, and no, you didn't want any surprises. I guess there's nothing to add to that.
Yeah, that pretty much is it. That one speaks for itself. Move on.
That's self-explanatory. Okay, next one. 8. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? And let me see. You said that your childhood was fucked, and well, let's just say, you were saying you wouldn't change anything because it's what made you the way you are. But,
Right.
I wonder if you'd elaborate on that. Like, what was, like I totally agree with this idea that, the things that are difficult in our lives make us stronger. Makes us who we are. If we didn't have those things happen to us, then we'd be different people. And I always think about that, like, without any hardships, like what would you be? You'd just be like a pussy, basically.
Probably. I mean, I kind of feel like everybody has a story of some kind, right? Like everybody's got their story,
Right.
and just like everybody has a story, I've got my own,
Mm-hmm.
and it definitely wasn't easy. But if I changed any of it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be this. I wouldn't have the sense of responsibility that I have. I wouldn't have the sense of, of something better. You know what I mean? And that's a big deal. I mean, why do a lot of our people get stuck in the ghetto? They don't have a sense of something better.
Mm-hmm.
They think that that's where life is, and that's where life ends, and it doesn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
And they live their life being afraid to go higher. They're afraid of white people. They're afraid to move up. They're afraid to do these things. They're afraid to take a chance. They would rather just make it easy as opposed to, actually doing better.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But that also got to do with the parents too.
Right. And it's kind of like, if I didn't go through what I went through, I might be at that very same level. I might be down here
Right.
Yeah.
as opposed to being up here.
Right.
Yeah.
So I really don't think I'd fuck with it. It's like I went what I went through because I had to go through.
Right.
If I didn't have to go through it, I wouldn't have gone through it.
Yeah.
Right.
That is a good way of seeing it. And, that is, I don't know what that means, but I'm trying to figure it out, what they meant by these questions or whatever. Like, but I totally agree with that. That's where I think that's where I am because, I wouldn't. I talked about this. I think I was talking with Corey. I hate all stories that have time travel in it. This idea that you can go back in time. First of all, I think it's just false. Like you can't do that. And I'm just like, me.
That would be a big mistake if you go back in time.
Yeah.
Because people gonna be fucking shit up.
Exactly. And
All the time.
exactly. And not only that, like, I won't go any further into that. Let's go on.
Ugh.
Number 9. Yeah, because because he was spinning out this story. I was like, you know what, your entire premise is flawed. And he's like, fuck you, man. I was like, you're right. It's like, there's no do-overs. I'm sorry. It's now or never, man.
Exactly.
No do-overs. Okay. If you could wake up tomorrow and gain any ability or quality, what would it be and why? And you say, if we're talking mutant abilities, because I think everyone went there first.
Mm-hmm.
You said flying, yes, obviously. And if you were talking like regular abilities, you wanted to be able to make things, or like weapons, or
like
that'd be
a
cool.
craftsman.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like those things, those skills are slowly becoming extinct.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
As more machines create molds and everything else, all of the crafting skills, the ability to wield a hammer, melt and smith,
Mm-hmm.
metals to make jewelry and weapons and clothing, and the very idea of going to a place and having a suit tailor-made for you these days
Mm-hmm.
is almost it's completely out of your mind. It's like, who the hell gets a suit tailor-made?
Right. I remember. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But think about what it takes to tailor a suit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you finally get one, it fits like a glove. No one looks as good in that suit as you do.
Right.
Because it's made just for you.
Right.
Yeah.
If it was something I can gain, a quality or a trait, it would definitely be one of these crafting traits, something that not everybody knows that I can pull out if there was a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, I went to a Renaissance fair. It was like 3 years ago, and they still had a blacksmith. I like that shocked the shit out of me because like they still make people like you. You know, like, because I never saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are classes for it and everything.
Right.
But nobody does it.
Yeah, and people don't whittle wood no more.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody. It's like they don't even think about it anymore. You know, like think about a gunsmith, like someone like having handmade bullets.
Right.
Nobody does that anymore. Like everyone is looking at. Like when they look at this right to bear arms thing,
Mhm.
they're looking at it completely wrong.
Mhm.
In the way they're trying to say, "Don't take my rights away." What they should be doing is looking at it from the point of view of actually supporting American craftsmanship,
Mhm.
where you can have handmade bullets that are actually worth money. Like who wants to shoot this bullet?
Yeah.
No, it's a bullet made by XYZ who
Right.
only makes this kind of bullet.
Right.
They're approaching it from this completely selfish point of view, which
Right.
makes them sound like idiots.
Right.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. I have a book that I might send you, or send to everyone, because I'm thinking I want to make a list of books. But there is this book. It's called I'm trying to remember the title of it. It's Shop. I think it's called Shop Class as Soulcraft, and it's about the exact same thing. It's a book of philosophy, or at least it's a book about a philosopher, like talking about like being able to make things with your hands, and our society going into a service-based economy versus
Right.
a manufacturing. And at some point, we will all just be little things in pods. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. Did you ever see? It was a Disney movie. I think it was Hal, or was it? I can't remember. It's one of those where like everyone. I think it was Hal. Yeah, the one little robot. I can't remember. Was it
that one little robot?
Yeah, the little robot that was like on the moon or on Earth.
Oh, the one that looked like Johnny Five.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I know the movie you're talking about.
Yeah, and basically it was like all the humans had left the planet and they lived up on this ship, and they were just like little pod people. And they didn't do shit. They just sat in these little chairs, and the shit was beating into their eyes.
They didn't do anything. This is what we're headed towards.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything was just your mind.
Right.
You didn't do anything with your hands.
Right.
The robots did everything.
Like I said, I think I told this to Michael.
Mm.
I watched Futurama.
Mm.
I was watching Futurama, and I'm thinking, yeah, this could be part of the future. Like the iPhone, I'm a big cartoon fanatic. They said they were making fun of the iPod.
Mm.
Instead of having a phone, they actually have something you stick in your eye, and a screen pops out.
Oh my
Like
god!
a virtual screen.
iPod.
Yeah, like an iPod.
It's dope.
Like what?
Oh, Google Glass. It's close.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you saw that? Yeah, the Google Glass.
Yeah, it's coming.
Sick.
Right.
I was telling him about that. It's.
Oh,
I can't wait. I want my Google glasses.
Little kids gonna be cheating like hell in class.
Yeah, that shit is
like
gonna
I
be
said.
awesome.
If I had my smartphone in school, I'll be cheating like hell. I'm gonna be truthful.
I totally wish I had an iPhone back in the day.
Right.
Well, hell, when I remember when I was a kid, just having one of those. Damn, I'm about to be telling my age and shit. Remember when the coolest thing in the world
I know
you had a calculator watch? Because that was like teachers had no fucking clue what the calculator watch was.
Yeah.
And you was just sitting there in class. They had no idea what you were doing. They thinking you just a weirdo picking at your skin.
Yeah.
You're like, nope, you get all the answers to this test.
But the
bitch.
company got smart and made it beep after a while, so you couldn't cheat in class. So you just beep beep beep. Like, What's that noise, man?
Yeah. I think I was talking about one where I'm a horrible speller. Like, even though I love writing, I to this day cannot spell or shit. And I remember getting
Spell check.
Yeah, spell check machine, and it was like, I don't know,
Like the high tech it is thing.
Yeah, it was the most high tech thing, but it was a fucking like keyboard size thing, like this big, and a little tiny little screen, but it was like clunk. It cost like $150, and now I can do it on Google, and it fucking talks.
Like, yeah, I know. It's like you sit there and you got your phone out and you're doing it.
Yeah, I know.
And we were discussing this. Like kids don't even go to the library and research anymore.
Yeah, I don't see how you or why you would. You got the internet. I don't know.
But I'm just saying, like you need to learn how to research by book sometime.
Well, maybe you don't. That's the thing. Like we live in a world now where
but
needing know certain things may not even be necessary. Hold on
right.
A second.
But
yeah.
But what I'm saying is people kids don't look it up by book anymore, and that's a shame. Because people can put people can put all kinds of shit on the internet, but in a book is real. To me.
Right, it's kind of like, what I can't say is when people try to fact check me using Wiki, I'm like, what the fuck what do you mean you're using Wiki?
Thank you.
Any idiot could have written that.
Thank you. Oh, that happened in school.
Like, that ain't telling me shit.
Right. I remember we had to do a project. Everybody had to write about the same thing. And one person went to Wikipedia. And we had to read it in front of the class. And I was looking at the teachers like, these teachers, they're looking at him, like, look at this dumb fuck here.
Yeah.
Like, the teacher know he got it from Wikipedia because they know all that shit was wrong. Right. Everything was wrong.
Yeah.
They're like, she just sitting there, she didn't say nothing, she didn't let him finish. Like, you can tell by her face, she's like, look at this dumb fuck here. This guy, everything wrong and think he gonna get a good grade.
Yeah. Well, I know it's funny. I remember thinking
written, wrong, but well written.
Yeah. Well, one of the interesting things, another digression was GPS and our inability to navigate the world. Like people who have never.
Man, yeah, I know. I get lost on going to the corner store. I shit you not. It takes me 45 minutes. I get lost every time.
Yeah.
And it's like right on the corner. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go pick up some, I'm gonna go pick up a beer. 2 hours later, he's like, where the hell were you? I'm like, I don't know. I ended up in Everett somewhere. I don't know.
But yeah, like people who never ever had to actually find where they are because they've always had GPS. Like their brains will not develop certain abilities because of the technology we have. The funny thing is, of course, maybe we don't need it anymore. Like as strange as that may sound, like obviously. We're going to be dependent on the technology that, but is that necessarily a bad thing? I'm dependent on, heat and clothing. I could depend on GPS. It's okay. If I need to depend on Google.
I don't know. Einstein's greatest fear was that, we'd become stupider as we depend more and more on technology.
I think, and that fear is legitimate and okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually, you can't stop it, and it's kind of like, I get the fear and I get why you should be concerned about it, but it's kind of like, just fearing the future. It's just what's going to happen. And
well, of course. I mean, hell, I'm looking forward to being able to just put a Google glasses on and watch porn.
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to that shit.
Yeah, you won't ever need to research shit because every time you walk around, it's going to fucking bring a list of everything about it. When you go.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was saying what he was just saying about his own glasses. It's the same thing when the 3D TV came out. And the first thing, the first thing Ben gonna say with a 3D TV,
titties coming out of the screen.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you. Oh my God! I remember the first time I ever saw HD pornography. I was over at my best friend's house, and he looks at me, and he goes, "You have got to see this." I'm like, "What?" He had an HD TV, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, I see this." And, I'm watching the news, and everybody looks terrible.
Right.
I can see all these shit. I'm like, "You look horrible." He goes, "Well, that's not what we want to watch. Watch this." He starts playing this Blu-ray. And I had never been so disgusted by porn before in my life. I could see every pore, every pimple. You can see, like, porn was not meant to be HD. You can see, like, the moisture of the skin as it was pulling from there. I was like, oh my God.
You can see the little bits of lube.
Like, yeah, like the strands of lube as the skin is doing this, and the pimples were the worst because, like, on the regular TV, it's like, okay, you might see a blemish. Here, you saw a white head, and I was like, oh, this needs to not ever happen again. I clicked.
You remember they did that on Family Guy? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they did this on Family Guy where you're like, oh, now you gotta switch to HD TV if you want to get good service. So they did the HD TV, and like they watch the news, and the girl they were talking about how fine a girl is on the news and everything, and when they get to HD TV, she got like wrinkles, and pimples. Everybody like, oh,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was like. It was like something.
Death porn yet, and I totally agree with that idea. I already see too much, and the funny thing is, I love low def porn. I like the little files that you can put on your phone.
I can say that with HD, you can see who's taking care of themselves and who not.
Word up.
Yeah, I don't always want to see everything. I totally agree with that idea. Though. Okay, so let's see. Number 10.
It's a little grit evident over.
Is there anything that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? And your answer was wanting to be muscular, and that you're doing it right now. I was going to actually talk about that a little bit because I saw I guess it was your episode 50, like before you went on vacation. Because I'm in the same process, and it's funny that I don't know where mine came from. I know you said you had a health scare, but I think it's the same idea that it's not hard to find the information to do what you need to do to be healthy. It's just a matter of finding the motivation, because I also found this other video guy, I forget his name. He does these like parody songs. He's on our YouTube page. It's funny. He basically glorifies being fat. And it's funny as hell, but he's just like, I'm never going on a diet. I fucking love KFC and Wendy's.
Oh my God. That KFC song was a trip.
The KFC song was hilarious. But anyway, he's just like glorifying the fact I'm going to be fat and I'm going to die quickly.
Well, when it comes down to that, I always have to let people know right from the jump that I love, and have the biggest thing for bears. It's like, that body type that I was. If it's on somebody else, to me that's hot. That's sexy. That's everything.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it doesn't matter what I think about their body. Like, I could tell somebody that, you are the hottest thing ever.
Right.
But if they don't feel it, then what I'm saying doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if they're big and happy and loving it, I'm like, then there's no need for you to change.
Yeah,
there's no need. If you are happy with what you are, go with it. Because if it wasn't for guys who are happy being big, I'd be stuck fucking twigs. And I'm not about fucking twigs.
That's so true.
I'm not about banging my pelvis.
Or, fucking sad fat people, which is not fun either.
It's like the last time I did a twink, he said ow. Not because of that, but because I was holding his ankle too fucking hard. I'm like, are you kidding me? Get out of here.
I'm sorry, I cannot see ribs. I'm sorry.
Or a spinal. Oh no.
Oh,
vertebrae.
I can't stand it.
Ribs or a spine. I'm like, you know what? We can't fuck. You need to eat first. We're not fucking. I'm making you
right. Go to the nearest black lady and eat.
But that is so true. If someone actually loves their body, this is true because I agree. I guess I'm thinking about the guys who want to lose weight and they can't figure out, how to do it.
Right.
And it's not a fucking, rocket science.
Well, you gotta think, like, media throwing all this weight loss everywhere. Weight loss this, weight loss that.
Yeah, all these,
and they trying to figure it out themselves, and it's not as
it's not that complicated. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
there are better and worse ways of doing it. Like I remember, the things you were talking about, like the interval training, is really good. I admit, like I'm starting to do that myself. I do it on the elliptical machine.
That should get you.
Oh my god, yeah.
Here's the fucked up part. When it comes down to the media, nobody's immune.
Yeah.
Nobody's immune. No matter how smart you think you are, nobody is immune.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like there was even shit that I fell for, where it's like finding out that the starvation shit, that starvation mode is a myth. It's like, well, there's no money in telling your ass to eat less.
Right.
When it's like the reality is like, and here's the reality. If you don't like how you look, then you have you have two choices. You change it and be happy, or you don't change it and be miserable.
Right.
Well, if you decide to change it, it's really all about taking control of the choices you make.
Right.
And it's like, a lot of people, when you tell someone, okay, it takes me 2,700 calories to maintain my current weight, which means if I ate 2,700 calories, no matter what it was, it could be 2,700 calories of junk or good food, I'm not going to get bigger and I'm not going to get smaller.
Yeah.
But if I cut that down to 2,100 calories, I'm going to start getting smaller. Then if I do some exercise, I'm going to really start getting smaller.
right.
This is just math, and it's very simple. And then people are like, well, 2,100 calories, that sucks. Who can do that?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if you decide to eat it in McDonald's every day, you're getting one meal.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to be hungry, which is going to lead to that second meal and that third meal. You're going to be like, well, I only ate 3 times today.
Yeah.
But each time you ate, it was your entire caloric intake for the day.
Yeah.
But if you eat your own food, it's different. You get more bang for your buck. I can't eat 2,100 calories in a day. It's too much food.
I mean, well, it's just today's society. People don't know how to cook anymore.
Yeah.
They rather go out and eat.
And yeah, I find people who just like hate fresh fruits and vegetables too. Like they just like an apple. Yeah, they just fucking hate real food.
It really is just a matter of I heard all the excuses because I had all of the excuses. I don't have time to cook.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fast and easy. I just needed something quick. It's like, you know what? People want to sue McDonald's for making them fat.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you dumbass. You can't sue McDonald's for making you fat. You the one who ate it.
Yeah.
That's like a hood rat getting pregnant by that no good ass nigga down the street, and then talking about how no good he is, and then turn around and get pregnant again. Why are you still fucking him if he is no good?
Because he liked the dick. That's why.
Oh,
exactly. So people, you can't sue McDonald's. You like the burgers, eat the shit.
I know, right?
But if you make better choices, things will change.
But I would say, like, one of the things about it is, the emotional component, which
big time.
Yeah, like, if you're eating stuff that you like and it's still under the caloric intake, then you're going to do it. But this idea of free will, like our willpower, I'm just going to will my way through it. I'm going to eat all this shit that I don't like and I'm going to lose weight. I mean, you're obviously going to gain it back. You have to find, an exercise routine you like and food that you like. Like, you can just fucking live eating this for the rest of your life,
Right. Well, a lot of people make that mistake. They think diet food, like they think diet food.
Yeah.
That's the mistake.
Yeah.
They think diet food. It's like, no, don't think diet food.
Yeah.
Think real food.
Right, exactly.
So, like, if you want a burger, instead of going to McDonald's and doing that, no, go home and make yourself a burger. You'll get less fat, you'll get more quality protein, you'll get more quality carbohydrates, and fewer calories.
Yeah.
So if you want 2 burgers, you can have 2 burgers.
And
and it'll probably taste better too. And not only that, like I found out, when I started looking at like cost benefit analysis, I was like, I don't even really like French fries that much. I mean, they're okay. Just like, I started realizing, like, from what I'm getting, like all this grease and shit, I'm like, I don't even really like them that much. Why am I eating this shit?
Like, it's not worth the effort.
It's not.
People don't want to do their research about anything.
Yeah.
Right. Now, like, I like Manwich, for instance, right? Like, I love me a Sloppy Joe.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy it by the can, Sloppy Joe is horrible for you.
Yeah.
But if you make it yourself,
Mm.
dude, it's 320 calories per plate of this shit.
That's
it's just like black people food, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you can make the healthier version of a black person's meal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I can't eat greens no more. Oh, I can't eat this. Like, yes, you can. You just have to find, because there are plenty of healthier, good greens out
well,
there.
like, or a lot of people look at me and say, well, I don't want to cut my calories. Then my food don't have any flavor. I'm like, damn, you don't know how to use seasoning, do you?
Right.
That shit is 0 calories.
Yeah.
It's 0 calories.
Yeah,
you can
spice
season
that
your
shit
food
up.
and make it good.
This what kills me. Like, people put, okay, if the food already salty enough, they gonna put more salt. Like, taste your food before you put salt on it. What?
That's my sister. She will like that girl. You can give her food that's finely salted and everything. By the time she's done, it looks like she just dropped cocaine all over her shit.
I was like, oh my
God. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, how you still alive?
Kilo?
I like, come on.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's all about research.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta research like different recipes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
right. I mean, once you start taking responsibility and making choices and just realizing that it's on you, you know, it's all on you.
Yeah.
So if you choose that, then know what the consequences are. If you do something else, know what those consequences are.
Yeah, accepting the consequences, and both good or bad. And,
you remember when Paula Deen, they found out that she had diabetes? Oh, people went in an uproar about that. Paula Deen got diabetes. Oh my God!
Well, it's like, what the hell you think she have? All this shit she be eating.
Oh, thank you. She put 4 sticks of butter into.
I was like, yeah, it tastes good. I know. Yeah, obviously. Like that's obvious.
But if she eating it, I can eat it too. Well, that's your
yeah.
That's your own damn fault.
Yeah. Okay, so number 11. What is your most trusted, treasured memory, and how would your personality change if you discovered that it were false? And you said, coming out to your mother, and talk a little bit about that, like, because that's an interesting one. Like, is it a treasured memory? Usually, that's a painful, horrible memory.
Right. I'm the luckiest faggot this side of the east frickin' of whatever. I'm lucky. I'm really lucky. Let's just say that the smell of balls and pantyhose is not unknown to me. My mom had a lot of friends, a lot of gay friends, and that's just kind of what it was.
Wow.
So when I came out to her, she's like, really? Well, that's nice. You still can't have girls in your room. And with this being known, can I dress you up? Can we go out? Like, she wants to put me in drag. I'm like, are you kidding?
He just a grown size kid. That's basically what he is.
That's all I became to her was a grown size kid doll. She gonna put me in Barbie's clothes and just see what it's like.
Oh Lord, no.
So I really got lucky. I really did. She didn't freak out. She didn't kick me out.
Right.
It was nothing like the horror stories you hear from other black gay families where gay is just not gonna cut it, and their fathers are beating their asses and everything else.
Right.
I didn't have any of that. She was just like, it is what it is. I love gay people anyway. My sister cried, but not because I was gay, because I didn't trust her enough to tell her.
Yeah.
And then get this, they outed my ass at Easter dinner, and I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Not even there.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Got news.
And then everybody spent all of Easter dinner talking about, because they thought my cousin, who's asexual, they thought he was the gay one.
Yeah.
So they spent the whole time talking about how come he's not gay. Not the fact that I'm gay, but why isn't he gay?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
got lucky.
Like, how you gonna ask that? Why aren't you gay? Like,
because asexuality is like,
right.
That is a little strange. And what's funny is that I've often had this happen with myself. My brother, who is I guess you would call metrosexual. He's not exactly. Well, he's heterosexual, but went to school in New York, and I don't know, picked up on some gay traits, I guess. Just like it's high on the fashion scene. He's always dressed well, and you just assume that this dude's a fag. He's always
this would get him.
But yeah, the fact that they assume I'm straight and he's gay. And it's absolutely reversed.
I was just telling him that people think you probably the older brother because you taller than him.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
it's so funny. Yeah, I had a giggle about that.
Yeah, it happens all the time too.
And people get upset, like men talking about, oh, I don't get my toes done. Why won't you get your toes done? That's just hygiene. That's what that. Oh, that's the gayest thing ever. No, that's hygiene.
Yeah.
Keep your feet and hands clean. Oh my God, that's so gay.
Okay.
I mean, really though. Like nobody wants to see them fucked up feet. I'm sorry.
Okay, so number 12 was if you knew in 1 year's time that you would die, what would you change right now? And you said you'd move to Key West and sell crap on the beach.
I totally would. I would. Like, if I knew that, come on. If you know you have a year left, 1 year left, it's like, am I going to spend that year doing tech support for some entitled ass jerks who really don't? I can't remember my password. I can't remember how to log in. Or am I going to just throw everything away?
Yeah.
Move down to some place and just sell shit on the beach.
Yeah.
Like, have stupid tourists like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful shell. Like, yes, it is a beautiful shell. It's $50.
Right. And
They buy it. You know they buy it.
Right. And not knowing that it's standing next to the same shell on
right there on the beach.
Okay, so let's move on because I hope we can edit this down.
Oh, we gonna have to.
I don't know how I'm gonna edit this down. We've been going for a while, but we're on number 13.
It's gonna be a 25-minute video on your shit.
I might have to send it to you and you put it on your page because we have a 15-minute limit on ours. But anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, no, people who just started give them a limit.
Yeah.
After you go on for a couple of...
Yeah, we got to go like 6 months before.
We just started out. Just started.
Okay. So anyway,
how do you call it? Just what I'll do is I'll give you the information for the other one.
Okay. But yeah,
for the one where the promo is on.
Okay.
And then you can just upload it to that one.
Okay. Yeah, and we could maybe even, I don't know. We'll figure it out, the technical part.
Yeah, because all I did was make that just so I could put up the promo.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can use that one because it's part of my own accounts anyway.
Okay.
So it's already verified and everything. You can have a long video.
Okay. All right, so number 13, which I think was, the one that James was laughing at the most, which is, what is the most embarrassing moment of your life? And do you feel, do you feel any embarrassment when you think about it now? And so the most embarrassing moment of your life was falling asleep when you were masturbating, your mom catching you, and making basically a comment about your dick size, which,
Which is odd for a mom to say, but
it is. And it made me go,
exactly. It is the worst thing ever. So, in my household, sex is not a big deal.
Yeah.
This is where I get the idea that Americans are promiscuous Puritans, because in my house, sex wasn't a big deal. My mother's idea was that if sex was a big deal, and sex was taboo, and sex was this thing you weren't supposed to do, but most kids get off on doing shit they're not supposed to do. If there's no mystery to it, then she's able to educate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Talking about condoms doesn't become this awkward conversation because sex was never a taboo subject. When I was a kid and said, "Mom, where babies come from?" Well, you know that thing you pee out of? She explained it all and without caring.
Yeah.
So it's never been a taboo subject. Like, my mother is the woman who literally said to me that women do give a shit about size. And she was right, bigger or smaller. Some women like it smaller. So even then, size matters.
Yeah.
If it's too big, then you can't roll with it. But Lord, I'm gonna tell you, I had this thing because it was a house full of women.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to the bathroom and jerk off. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You just can't. They always knocking and shit. You
Yeah.
can't do it. So you know, as a teenager, my special time was late at night in my own damn room.
Yeah.
So I'm in my own damn room, and I had a bad habit of falling asleep with the TV on. Lord help me. So I'm in there, and I'm going at it. I'm just, bringing it on. And I think I was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I was fully grown for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going at it. And I don't know what the fuck happened. I think it was also the first night that I tried weed. But I already know what the hell happened.
That's your subject.
Hey, I'm not saying nothing aside from that. But I don't know what happened. All I know is that when I woke up, my hand was on my junk, my covers were down, and my TV was on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh hell. I get up and I walk out. My mom's out there, you know, getting everything ready for her day to start.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she then lets me know, pretty much in a nutshell, hun, don't fall asleep while jerking off. I saw all your business, and well, lucky for you, girls won't have a problem. They're going to like you. And just to have your mother even acknowledge that she saw it is enough to make you want to jump off a bridge. Then to have your mother acknowledge that not only did she see it, but it was in its fully erect state, and that she now knows all your tea. I went to school and just felt like I was going to cry the whole day. I'm not embarrassed now about it because it's a funny story. But back then, I came home, I didn't look my mother in the face.
Everybody got that story.
A week before shit got back to normal.
Yeah. No, you remember back in the day when HBO didn't come on till nighttime, and you know you get up close to the TV and you turn it down low.
Real sex.
Yeah.
I remember Real Sex 25, man. That was my favorite one with the strippers. I remember the one. I was like, it's coming on again. Oh shit. Put the VCR tape in there.
What?
It was like the big lady who had the stripper husband.
Right.
I was like, yeah. I remember that shit.
Horrible.
But
Horrible.
it was just so funny. You go close to the TV, you turn it all the way down, and somehow your parents know what you doing in there. Oh shit, nothing. and that part, you forget all the buttons on the remote control. So you just click all kinds of shit.
And, you know, I think if I had to answer this question, I had the most embarrassing moment. I was at school looking at porn, and I could not switch away. Yeah, I was like, not only that, it was like my hot gym teacher. I remember his name was Tyrone because everyone just called him.
Call on Tyrone.
Yes, exactly. It was around that time that song was out too. Erykah Badu was big.
Call on Tyrone.
And everyone was, of course, picking on him for that because it's hey Tyrone. No one called him Mr. or anything. I don't even remember his last name because everyone just called him Tyrone. But anyway, so I'm on there. I think I was just like on blackmen.net or something like that. I'm just figuring out that I'm gay. You know, I must have been like, you know, freshman or something in high school, whatever. And, you know, I'm clicking, I'm just scrolling down some naked dudes. And Tyrone comes up, you know, like literally like hand on my shoulder, boom. I was like, not only is like, I was like,
your phone is the slowest phone ever.
Motor function
I know. I was like, and then he has his nose. He was going to try to pretend like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm doing. I'm looking at naked dudes. I was going to try to play it. I was like, no, I was searching for something, and then I came up. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like, it was spam. It was spam. I mean, I swear.
You damn pop-ups.
No, they weren't pop-ups. He was there, like, after I realized it, he was there a good 5 minutes watching me scroll down through these pictures.
Oh, okay. So he know every freaking nigga detail about you.
Exactly. I was like, oh, God. So then, of course, the embarrassment continues all throughout school, you know, for the rest of like, you know, these funny looks that he's giving me, at, you know, whenever I go to gym class. And of course, he's totally hot. The dude,
So make it worse.
Yes,
that only makes it worse. Which is like, oh, God. Yeah, and I think on the side job, he, you know, I think we talked about this. He was a high school coach, but he also worked for UPS. So, like, sometimes when he had, like, you know, after school practice, he'd come, you know, to gym practice in his UPS uniform.
With no high shorts.
With the little shorts. I was like, are you just trying to torture me? Are you just, I'm like, oh. Anyway, so, yeah, that was my worst. It was awful. Okay, number 14. When was the last time you cried in front of another person or by yourself? And it was, you said when you had a cancer scare a few months ago.
Yeah, last year, yeah.
And you said you don't remember the last time you cried alone. So,
yeah, by myself, it doesn't happen too often.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then a commercial might make me close,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, am I gonna? And it's like, no, that's gas. Okay, I'm all right. But
they try to get you with these little animal commercials.
Yeah, you know. Like every now and then, it's like I hear a Sarah McLachlan song, and I'm like, "Aww." And I look at my own dog, and I'm like, "Aww."
And the little kids.
But it never happens. It never happens. Not a tear falls.
Right.
But
and
yeah,
little kids.
the last in front of anybody was it really all just came to a head, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, please, I just want it to be over. I don't care if it's one way or the other at this point.
Yeah.
Just tell me something. Shit.
So they were like doing like biopsies and that kind of thing. You just weren't sure what was
They
going
were.
on?
Yeah, they were taking stuff in blood and tests and urine and poop. It was just crazy. It was annoying.
Right. Yeah.
It was horrible. It was like the worst 6 months of my life.
Yeah.
I can tell you, like, cried alone. I'm sorry to say it, but on the Green Mile.
Mm-hmm.
That had me balling. I don't care what I said. The Green Mile had me balling.
I love that it was the Green Mile.
Yeah, because the dude was hot. I mean, come on. They killed him. Come on. It's like, why are you gonna kill that fine dark chocolate motherfucker?
Oh, that pissed me off.
That's why they didn't want him breathe.
No, when I went on Twitter, they say Michael Clark Duncan is dead. I'm like, this must be a lie. So I just then I went to the news. Michael Clark Duncan is dead. I went insane. I'm like, what?
That's true. I had that reaction too.
I didn't like all the celebrities. I did not expect him at all.
Yeah,
that wasn't even on my radar.
No, not of all the celebrities to just up and.
I expected Lindsay Lohan for him.
Hell, I expected Lindsay Lohan before Michael Jackson. Shit.
Yeah.
Like when Michael Jackson died, I was like, wait. Michael Jackson dead, but Lindsay Lohan ass is still alive?
Right. But the world stopped when Michael Jackson died. I don't care.
Oh, didn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Michael Jackson died. Oh, I ain't going to work. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
The king of pop is dead.
I'm sure, like, in LA, it did. Just like the city stopped.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was just like.
I remember I was at Subway, and the lady at Subway started bawling because Michael Jackson died.
Mm-hmm.
Not like crying. She was just wailing.
Oh, I believe it, man. I believe it. Or that's kind of like when Roots came out and people knew to leave black people the hell alone when Roots came out. And I was like, when Michael Jackson died, that was the nicest white people have been to me in a long time.
Oh, I can tell you another person gonna make the world stop when Oprah
like
Winfrey
it really
died.
was.
Like when another person gonna make the world stop when Oprah Winfrey died. Oh
Jesus! When Oprah's dead, you know what? When Oprah's dead, I'm locking my door. I'm boarding up my windows. I'm not dealing with shit because when Oprah dies, motherfuckers gonna lose their mind.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Housewives are gonna be looting and shit.
It's like,
I'm not about it. You gonna have little old white women gonna be breaking into people's houses with Glocks and shit. Oprah's dead. Hand me your shit.
There's nothing to live for anymore.
Little old white women shooting cops. Right. I'm not about it. When Oprah dies, I'm staying home.
Yeah, I was like, when Oprah dies, they might even start a church. I'm serious, like. There would be Oprah sightings. They would be like, I saw Oprah. She's not dead. She's not.
Yeah, You'll be like, I saw Oprah, Tupac, and Biggie. Them bitches at church.
It was one of them next tables.
I don't even want.
I guarantee you. I put it on. I'll put it on there. I bet you money that there will be Oprah sightings after she's dead. I promise you there will be.
Oh, they're gonna be Oprah cults.
Oh, you know it. There's gonna be bitches talking about something. Look, my toaster burned Oprah's image into my toast. I'll be like, really, bitch? It looks really.
And that
looks like
gonna
a burnt ass piece of toast to me.
Yeah. And they're gonna be on Good Morning America.
This is the thing. I actually loved Oprah. I still do. Like, except for when, you know, certain things. But she had certain things that really got me. Yeah, that's true. Like, I was thinking about, like, sometimes I almost cried. I were sometimes watching Oprah. It's true. It's true. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this shit. But
no, the funniest. Yeah. This made me laugh more than anything when she did the download thing.
Mm. No, I don't remember.
Oh my God,
that was so funny.
Oh, the down. Oh yeah,
oh, that was so funny.
That was
I'm
horrible.
not gay. I just sleep with men. Okay.
It's like, really? Okay.
But I think the one that got me was the fucking girl who got her face burned off. Like, it was this one. It was a really good book, and
you talking about my husband poured acid on her?
Well, I actually like threw lighter fluid on her and lit her on fire. Mm-hmm. And but there was this. She was talking about this book, and I recommend it too.
Yeah, and he was black too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was it's this book called The Gift of Fear.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the author's name, but it was an Oprah book, you know. But it was basically about this idea that, you know, we sometimes get these feelings about people, you know, like these squicked out feelings, like there's something wrong with this guy, you know, like you don't know what it is, but he's just kind of weird. Yeah. And then you kind of like write it off because it feels socially awkward to just, you know, stay away from someone because you don't have any evidence that they're weird. You just get this weird feeling.
Right.
Next thing you know, they're beating the shit out of you or they're raping you or, you know, it's like, and it's like, why didn't I actually listen to my own brain telling me that there's something wrong with this guy?
It like it go back to
we let like societal norms dictate what you do, as opposed to your own common sense to dictating what you do.
Exactly. And so she had a lot of, basically she had the author of the book on and a lot of people who were, you know, horribly injured or raped or whatever by strangers or by people who they had these bad feelings about.
Right.
And saying, you know, start listening to your own instincts. Like, and that show got to me because the lady had no face. I mean, you know,
it's the same thing when you remember that lady had the pet monkey and the monkey just went all crazy on her.
Yeah,
I was just thinking that same shit. I was thinking about the monkey ripping that white lady's face off, and I'm like, well, what the hell? Like, and then they say, well, the monkey never behaved this way before. Like, bitch, it's a monkey. It's a chimpanzee. It will rip your goddamn arms off and beat you with it.
Cat Williams
what
said
do
the
you
same
think? That's some wild shit you should keep in your house.
Yeah, that was Cat Williams said. He told went on. What's the magician's name? The two magicians? Siegfried Roy.
Yeah, he got mauled by a tiger.
Yeah. Right? He said, he said he gonna blame. So how you gonna blame the tiger? The tiger just being a tiger. How you gonna blame it? I'm like, come on.
You can't blame the tiger. Like, the tiger was just doing what he knows.
Right. I know. That just happened actually a few days ago. I saw it on the news.
Yeah, that woman getting mauled by a lion.
Yeah, I was like, why'd you go in the cage?
Right? I'm like, bitch, it's a lion. Why are you going to take your ass into his cage? It's 350 pounds. Your ass has trouble taking the cap off a soda bottle, and you're going to go in some place with a 350-pound cat?
No, it wasn't even trying to hurt you. It was trying to tickle you. And just said, oops.
And this is the excuse. Oh, I got cats at home, so I know. Like, this is not a damn cat, okay?
I got cats at home, bitch. Not the same thing.
I'm saying Fluffy would eat you if you could.
Right.
if the size differential.
No, cats do eat people because you know when you die, cats just go at you.
Yeah, they will fucking eat you.
Word up. It's kind of like if a cat had thumbs, it would shoot you.
Yeah.
Because then it don't need nobody to open up the damn food.
Right. Like, why you think cats stare at you for long periods of time?
They be contemplating, waiting for your ass to slip.
Like, the cat just sitting there like, look at this dumb motherfucker here. If I had thumbs, I would kill this.
I love my cat.
But that's kind of like, was that y'all who sent me the link? I can't remember if it was y'all or somebody else who sent me the link of the woman who got mauled by a lion in Africa. She was getting fucked in Zimbabwe. Lord, let me tell you, you know what? Africans don't like black people, but I don't give a fuck. We civilized at least. Ain't fucking in the bush. This woman is like getting her going in the bush. Gets eaten by a goddamn female lion. No shit. You gonna fuck in the bush and not look at the lions hanging out behind the tree right there? What?
Yeah. All right. Let's try to get through these.
Fuck the bush if you want to.
Okay. Number 15 is pretty obvious. Is what if anything is too serious to joke about? Why? And do people ever think of you as insensitive? And I think obvious thing is no. I agree with that, by the way, completely. And you know, yeah. I don't know about the second part. You said see above, but it's like, do people think of you as insensitive ever?
Right, like I mean, because to me nothing is off limits. You know, I'll talk about anything and anyone and anybody. I don't give a damn. A lot of people think I'm insensitive, and they'll call me insensitive because of it. Where I'm like, look, I'm just telling you the truth, and they're like, yeah, but you can be nice about it. I'm like, fuck nice. Anybody got time to be nice?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, this will get me. Oh, people say, "Oh, tell me the truth. Tell you the truth." When you tell them the truth, they get mad at you. Like, bitch, you told me to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I hate that too. I think I might be on that tip too, where people have called me insensitive or just like crass or whatever. And it's not even. I'm not even trying to be funny.
No, like, you kind of person get straight to the point.
That's the thing. Yeah, I don't like to beat around the bush. I mean, like, you know, it's like, you know, yeah, we had this thing. We were inviting somebody. And it's like, you know, well, okay, let's fuck, and then we go to dinner. Like, it's like I don't want to fucking beat around the bush. Right. Talk about like, okay, we're gonna build up the sexual tension or whatever. It's like, we came here to fuck, okay? So let's not pretend.
Right.
You know, and then they get all like, oh, you know. Man, really? Like, what did you call it?
Like, when people don't know what they want.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Go somewhere.
Exactly. It's like, look, I gotta go to work in about 30 minutes, you know. You need to hurry the hell on up.
Exactly. Oh, like, please. Like, you talking about insensitive. They do roasts.
Yeah.
Have you seen what they do at roast?
Yeah.
They talk about shit way more detailed than what we ever could think of.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, what they did to Flavor Flav. Oh, but that had me wrong.
Yeah, that was really good.
Flavor Flav, Charlie Sheen's roast.
Felt bad.
Yeah.
No, Charlie Sheen's roast.
Okay.
They went in on him.
Okay. I guess number 16, we better get this going.
Okay.
What is the biggest misconception people have about you? Is there anything that you can do to change it? And you said that you are a criminal or mean. And because of, I think we talked a little bit about that, like just, you know, having tattoos, people might think that, you know, you're a thug or whatever. I guess the other thing is, like, what do you think you can do to change that misperception, or do you even want to? Like, what do you think about that?
That's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword because on one hand, there's nothing I can do. I can't get shorter. I can't get wider, and my tattoos are already here. They ain't going nowhere, so I can't really do anything about it in that sense. And in one sense, I mean, it's protection. That shit will protect you.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody thinks you're a badass, you don't have to prove you're a badass. You really don't.
Yeah.
You can just go on about your life. People leave you the hell alone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, you know, a lot of times people won't even give you a shot. It's just a regular thing. You know, it's like, hey, maybe I could get a job at XYZ, but they're not looking at you that way. They're looking at you as, oh, you're a big black guy. I mean, I'm lucky to have, to have a great resume and everything else, and have proven myself already. So, given that I've proven myself already, I can pretty much get away with anything I want at any job I want.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can really do is be the opposite. Gives it a shot. Like when somebody stops judging this book by its cover and they actually come up and talk to me, being the exact opposite of what they expected.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're getting.
That's pretty much all I can do.
We're getting some lag on our thing. Because I think it's just Okay, let's go on to number 17. When was the last time you were afraid that you were about to die? Did you feel grateful or lucky to live afterward? And I guess this came up several times about your cancer scare, and basically that it's saving your life now. And I think, I've had this experience a few times talking to people who are at the gym. They often regret not doing something sooner, but you get there when you get there. If you always wanted to change, and whatever time it comes that you figure it out, that's when it happened.
No, you gotta get to the point when you fed up.
Yeah.
Because people say, "Oh, I want to change, but they're not fed up yet."
Yeah.
When you fed up with something, you'll change it.
But it's like once you get there, you start to regret like not doing it sooner.
Yeah, but
you can't really.
Yeah, you can't control that. So.
Yeah, you get there when you get there. But okay, I guess there's nothing more to say about that. Okay, number 18.
Same.
Yeah, because we're covering that a few times. If you were to die tomorrow, is there anything that you wish you would have done or not done? And and let me see.
You basically said talk to your mother and sister more. He said y'all not close, y'all not clingy close, but y'all are close.
That's something you wish you would have done more if
Yeah. It's just the kind of family we are, Like there's families that are close and see each other all the time and talk to each other all the time, and we're really not that family. We just never have. So it's like I know that I would regret spending more time with them, but at the same time, it is what it is, and we are who we are as a family, and that's not going to change. Yeah. So once a year is good enough, and we all have a good time when we see each other. We talk to each other all, enough. So we go with it.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. And okay, number 19 was if you were fleeing your burning house and you could save anything without endangering your life or others, what would you save? And you said your dog. Brucifer. Okay, I gotta ask about the name Brucifer. Where did this name come from?
Bruce and Lucifer.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
I just joke. I don't know.
Well, yeah, the dog is actually a rescue from the Lowell Humane Society here in Massachusetts.
Okay.
His name was Bruce, and he was such a goofy-looking dog named Bruce. So I was like, I need to go see this damn thing. So I saw it and I liked it, and I'm like, okay, we're taking this dog home. But how am I going to get this dog to still be my dog? But he's already been trained and everything. You can't just start calling him some other name.
Right.
So I registered him as Brucifer because I've got Lancifer. I was like, okay, he's Brucifer.
Okay.
He's my evil little demon dog, even though he's the sweetest dog on the planet. So that way we still call him Bruce.
Yeah.
But he's Bruce.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. It's against type. Yes. Okay, so number 20, which is what do you feel most ashamed about doing in your life and most proud of? And most ashamed of was staying in a relationship that you should have left sooner. And I think I've actually heard you talk about that in one of your videos. Go talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So we talked.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of an open book about most things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess because of the video stuff, I'll try to be quick. Me and my ex, we were together for a really long time, and kind of when you stop and you look at the reason as to why, people are like, well, why? Well, the reality of the fact is, I didn't think I could do any better. I didn't think I deserved any better, and that was just like what it was, and I was thirsty as fuck. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I look back on it now, and it's like, damn, I could. Wait, you mean to tell me I could have been out there getting all of these dudes sugar walls and having a great time, and I'm sitting here wasting my time with your punk ass. I was done by the time it was all said and over. And when I look back at it, it's like, why did I do it? I did it because I was thirsty, and that's kind of like, that's the wrong reason to stay in the relationship. And if there's anything that I'm definitely, and it's not even like a sense of serious shame or anything, but it's like, I should be ashamed of myself because I should have known better than to be so thirsty to stick in it as long as I did.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think part of us, you know, like what we want to do on the blog is like share our experiences. You know, I get the feeling like, obviously, like when we talk about like, you know, expanding what the blog is, and you know, we want to do almost everything. You know, just like,
right.
But like at the core of it, I think it's also like sharing our experiences, like what we like, what we do, and you know, so that people can learn from other people's, you know, experiences. So I don't know. I guess I'm always interested in those sorts of things, like, you know, what things you learn from bad experiences in your life, and you know, you're not trying to lecture people, but just say, hey, this is what happened. Right. You know, I wish I'd done this and this, and maybe you're gonna have to make the same mistakes again, but at least you can't say you didn't know.
Right. Like,
In my opinion, say you didn't know.
In my opinion, I'd rather hear stories about the good and the bad. Because I hate to hear, like, somebody write stuff happy. Like, you can't be happy all the goddamn time. You got to have some type of problem. And people get bored of that. Yeah. Because, you happy all the time. What?
Yeah, I know. I had a friend like that. It just pissed me off because he was so happy all the time. I was like, really? It's like, yeah. I love life. Jesus loves me. You know, yeah, fuck you, man.
I'm going to quote Pam off
But they're also boring as hell, ain't they?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to quote Pam off of Martin. What are you so damn happy about?
Yeah, I mean,
it's happy all the time. Like, I understand, like, I ain't talking about being sad all the time. Yeah. But you got no problems at all. That seems boring. You have a boring life.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that. And you know, Greg has been doing. He's got like 4 pieces that he's got in the queue for us. Right. And he's got an interesting life, to say the least, that we're gonna get into. And I'm hoping to write more. But
and you said the proudest. You said the proudest is not becoming a monster by your past.
You know, a lot of people easily blame the things that happened in their past for why they do the bad things they do today. And I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, regardless of what anybody did to you before, you still have a choice to make. Every time you do something fucked up, you made the choice to do that. Right. Nobody else made that choice for you. So I'm definitely proud of the fact that I didn't lay back and be like, well, my past was shit, so I'm going to be shit to everybody else. And it's more like, you know what, I have a choice to make in everything. If I like you, great. If I don't like you, watch out. But it's just like, you know, do I hit this person with my car or don't I? You have a choice to make on a daily basis. Do I stop at this red light or don't I? Yeah. And if you can make those basic choices on a daily basis, then you can choose to be a better person somewhere else. You know, you can choose to be a nicer person to somebody who deserves it. Right. As opposed to, you know, being a douchebag to everybody.
Right. It's just like the kids shooting up the school. Oh, they were picking on me. Like, okay. So you gonna decide to kill everybody or a couple of people? That's boggles me sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you know what? You can't blame the bullies when someone else makes the decision to go shoot up a school. Right. Yeah. It's like no matter how bad you were bullied, you still have a choice to make.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is a good point.
Yeah, like come on, like, and they don't even shoot up. Like, when they go to the school, they blame everybody. Yeah. Like, why you gonna shoot innocent people for, like, 2 people's mistake? That's stupid. Yeah. Like, fuck the world, fuck everybody who's gonna kill everybody, and I'm gonna kill myself. I'm like, yeah. And somebody, and I know this is not, like, a funny matter, but somebody said, some coworker said at work, he said, why you even go to the school? Why just go to the end part and kill yourself?
Yeah.
Instead of going through this whole process of killing everybody else, why you just kill yourself?
Yeah.
I know that's not a laughing matter, but he was right. It's a right answer. Like, why you just kill yourself instead of hurting everybody else?
Because they want to take some people out with it. I mean, it's it's something where they figure that I'm not gonna go out alone. Yeah, like I'm gonna take a few of these assholes with me. But that's also just a coward's way thing.
Oh yeah,
it's obviously.
Well, I mean, think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to get killed.
A lot of us come through being bullied, and we gain a lot more in the end than we lost in the beginning of it. The beginning of it, sure, you lost your dignity, but you're the one who comes out with the personality. You're the one who comes out being much stronger than anybody who ever decided to put you down.
Yeah.
And then when you come out on the other side as an adult, and you have this thick skin, you have this ability to kind of go out and put yourself out there, because it's like, what's the worst they can do?
Yeah.
You've already been through the fire. What's the worst that they can do?
And
so you kind of have a strength because of it. And when you decide to go and succumb to it and let them actually beat you, it's like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, you're not gonna beat me. I'm not gonna let someone who's tough as nails until you ask them to read a paragraph in front of the class. I'm not gonna let that idiot beat me.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm all for the geeks inheriting the earth kind of thing, because it's true.
But the funny part, like, when you're in school, like, you think, like, you feel a test, that's the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, in school, hormones, blah blah blah. You think everything is the end of the world.
And you don't have any perspective either.
Right.
Like, you've only had this much life lived, so you don't see, like, oh yeah, all these bad things can happen to you and it's okay. So when anything bad happens to you, it's like, yeah, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me ever.
I'm gonna die. Like, you're not gonna die. So
exactly. It's like, you know what? Everything is gonna be the worst thing to happen to you until you live long enough.
Yeah, this would get me. Why me? Why me? Why not?
Like, why not? It happened to everybody else.
Right.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Like you the only one that lost your phone or broke up with your boyfriend, or like you the only one in the world that did that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
That's why we get to laugh at young people these days.
Yeah.
They've already been through it, and they don't want to hear us out anyway. Just like we didn't want to hear nobody when we was going through it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing I always say about the blog. It's like, I don't think anyone... What we're saying is not going to be popular. I'm going to just be that clear. Like, at least, some of the more substantive things that we're going to talk about. But I definitely want to do that on the blog.
Right.
And have, like, substantive, experience, And we can definitely be funny and, poke fun at things. I want to get more of that, too.
Right.
Right.
And, things that...
It's like, I definitely think a lot of it's going to come down to, saying things that spark a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Whether it's right or wrong is irrelevant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, like, that was the end of the question.
Yeah, that's all the questions. Yeah.
Well, we getting straight. We just straight talk now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stop recording.
Yeah, we can straight talk.
Because at some point, it starts getting ridiculous. I think it's slowing down.
Yeah,
it was weird. It's like we had a period